किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड के सापेक्ष गति के साथ निर्धारित कक्षा पर लगभग 20 मिनट पर स्थापित कर दिया जाएगा। इसके बाद चतुर्थ चरण को अंतरिक्ष प्रयोगों के कार्य के लिए सक्षम किया जाएगा।
-2 minutes.
The automatic launch sequence progressing unhindered. We are about 90 to 100 seconds to go for the launch.
पिफ परियोजना एक नवीन और संवर्धित सुविधा है सतीश धवन अंतरिक्ष केंद्र के अंतर्गत, जो समाकलन, स्थानांतरण और प्रमोचन की नीति पर तैयार की गई है। इससे प्रथम प्रमोचन मंच से एक साल में प्रमोचनों की संख्या को दोगुनी करने में हम सक्षम होंगे।
-40 seconds.
PS2 VHPP open.
-35 seconds.
अब हम उड़ान से 30 सेकंड की दूरी पर सर्वप्रथम आप देखेंगे RCT का प्रज्वलन -2.8 सेकंड्स पर। तत्पश्चात कोर बूस्टर का प्रज्वलन T0 पर होगा।
-15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Normal.
And the PSLV-C55 has lifted off, flying past the tufts of clouds.
P2 tracking.
भव्य नजारा PSLV-C55 का सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन। PSLV-C55 प्रमोचक यान अपने निर्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर अग्रसर। दर्शकों का उत्साह, यान के कंपन सब हम यहां महसूस कर रहे हैं। यह बहुत उत्साहवर्धक होता है। यान पूरी तरह सामान्य और अपने उद्देश्य कक्षा की ओर बढ़ रहा है।
The S139 motor, PS1, developing nominal thrust of 4,800 kilonewtons.
Shot 2 is in main auto.
+1 minute.
पहले चरण के प्रज्वलन के दौरान रॉकेट वायुगतिक यानी एरोडायनामिक, संरचनात्मक और नियंत्रण तंत्र की दृष्टि से बहुत कठिन परिस्थितियों से गुजर रहा होता है।
First stage performance normal. P2 change route SCBT2.
The burn of first stage of PSLV lasts for 110 seconds.
प्रथम चरण पूरी तरह सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए तथा करीब 4800 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर रहा है।
First stage separated, second stage engine started, closed loop guidance initiated.
+2 minutes.
प्रथम चरण के कार्यकाल के पश्चात उसे यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है तथा द्वितीय चरण जो कि तरल नोदक वाला चरण है उसे प्रज्वलित किया गया है।
Second stage performance normal.
Quick succession of several events. The first stage has been separated, second stage ignition is confirmed. Presently the altitude is 80 kilometers and we are 148 seconds from the launch.
यान अब क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत है, यानी अपने सेंसर्स की मदद से अपनी दिशा निर्धारण कर रहा है। इस कड़ी में अगली घटना ऊष्मा कवच का पृथक्करण है।
Plus 3 minutes.
Payload fairing separated.
Having cleared the dense atmosphere, the payload fairing has been jettisoned. PS2 stage is currently thrusting.
ऊष्मा कवच के हट जाने के बाद
Second
और
stage performance normal.
यान क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस तंत्र में काम कर रहा है, जिसमें रेट जाइरोस और एक्सेलरोमीटर की मदद से वर्तमान स्थिति का पता लगाकर रॉकेट अपनी अभिवृत्ति नियंत्रण करता है और उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर अग्रसर होता है।
The PS2 stage is powered by highly reliable Vikas engine that develops 799 kilonewtons of thrust using the earth-storable propellant combination of UH-25 as fuel and N2O4 as oxidizer.
द्वितीय चरण का प्रज्वलन काल करीब 150 सेकेंड का है। तत्पश्चात इसे शट ऑफ कर यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा।
150 seconds is
Second
the
stage
total
separated.
burn time of
Third stage
PS2.
ignited.
The second stage has been separated. Currently, Shah
Third
Import Air
stage
Count
performance
stations
normal.
tracking. PS3 thrusting currently.
द्वितीय चरण के सफलतापूर्वक पृथक्करण के पश्चात तृतीय चरण, जिसे हम HPS-3 के नाम से जानते हैं, उसका प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है और वह सामान्य कार्य कर रहा है। यान अपने निर्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर अग्रसर होता हुआ अपेक्षित पथ का अनुकरण करता हुआ PSLV-C55 तृतीय चरण का प्रज्वलन काल लगभग 125 सेकंड का होगा। तत्पश्चात कोस्ट फेज की शुरुआत होगी।
We are 325 seconds past the launch time. Third stage of PSLV currently thrusting, developing nominal thrust 240 kilonewtons. This stage will increase the relative velocity by 3 kilometers per second, and then
Third
it burns
stage
out
performance
and continues
normal.
to coast along with the ongoing fourth stage and the payload. The burn time for HPS-3 is 125 seconds.
यान के सभी तंत्र पूरी तरह सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए अब हम 210 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई पर आ चुके हैं। सापेक्ष गति 6.9 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड।
Third stage action completed.
तृतीय चरण का कार्यकाल पूरा हो चुका है तथा कोस्ट फेज की शुरुआत हो चुकी है।
Vehicle in combined hosting.
The combined coasting of PS3, PS4 and the satellite is currently in progress. This coast will last for 200 seconds for this mission.
Vehicle performance normal.
7 minutes.
यान अपने निर्धारित कक्षा की ओर बढ़ता हुआ यह कोस्ट फेज जारी है। तृतीय चरण के पृथक होने के पश्चात चतुर्थ चरण के प्रज्वलन में कुछ समय होगा। कुछ समय पश्चात चतुर्थ चरण का प्रज्वलन किया जाएगा।
The fourth stage of PSLV is scheduled to commence its operation at 982 seconds into the flight. In the meantime, let me throw some light on the passenger satellites taking ride in this mission.
Plus 8 minutes.
Vehicle performance normal.
The TeLEOS-2 satellite is developed under a partnership between DSTA from Government of Singapore and ST Engineering. The services being provided through NSIL, the commercial arm of Indian Space Research Organization. Its predecessor, TeLEOS-1, also had been launched by a PSLV in the year 2015. TeLEOS-2 carries a synthetic aperture radar payload. It will be able to provide all-weather, day and night coverage and capable of imaging at 1 meter full polarimetric resolution. The spatial resolution of radar data is directly related to the ratio of the sensor wavelength to the size of sensor's antenna. That means to be able to get higher spatial resolution for a given wavelength, the antenna has to be impracticably big. Synthetic aperture radar is an answer to this objective, in which a sequence of acquisitions from a shorter antenna are combined to simulate a much larger antenna.
TeLEOS-2 इस मिशन में मुख्य उपग्रह के रूप में है। TeLEOS-2 एक भूप्रेक्षण उपग्रह है जिसे DSTA सिंगापुर और ST इंजीनियरिंग सिंगापुर द्वारा निर्मित किया गया है। यह ऐसा दूसरा उपग्रह है जो इसरो द्वारा प्रमोचित किया जा रहा है। इससे पहले 2015 में TeLEOS-1 नामक प्रथम भूप्रेक्षण उपग्रह को सफल प्रक्षेपण किया गया था। यान में तृतीय चरण को सफलतापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया गया है।
Vehicle performance normal.
यान अभी प्राप्त संवेग से आगे बढ़ता हुआ चतुर्थ चरण का कोस्ट फेज जारी है। जैसा कि हम आपको TeLEOS उपग्रह के बारे में जानकारी दे रहे थे, TeLEOS-2 इस कड़ी में संवर्धित यह दूसरा उपग्रह है। इसरो द्वारा सिंगापुर के लिए अब तक कुल 9 उपग्रहों को सफलतापूर्वक प्रमोचित किया जा चुका है। TeLEOS-2 उपग्रह सिंथेटिक अपर्चर रडार लिए हुए है, जिससे सभी मौसम और किसी भी समय हाई रेजोल्यूशन वाले सैटेलाइट इमेज लेने के लिए यह सक्षम है। यह 741 केजी का उपग्रह जिसे निम्न भू कक्षा में स्थापित किया जाना है, ताकि किसी भी समय यह आपदा प्रबंधन, संसाधनों की निगरानी तथा वातावरण से जुड़े बहुमूल्य आंकड़े उपलब्ध करा सके। इसके अलावा एक अन्य को पैसेंजर के रूप में ल्यूमलाइट 4 उपग्रह है। ल्यूमलाइट 4 सैटेलाइट टेक्नोलॉजी एंड रिसर्च सेंटर स्टार सिंगापुर द्वारा 16 केजी का लघु उपग्रह है। इसे इसी श्रेणी के अन्य उपग्रहों से उच्च डेटा संचार सुविधाओं के लिए डिजाइन किया गया है। इस उपग्रह का विकास हाई परफॉर्मेंस स्पेस बोर्न VHF डेटा एक्सचेंज सिस्टम के तकनीक प्रदर्शन के लिए किया जा रहा है। इस उपग्रह का मुख्य उद्देश्य सिंगापुर मरीनटाइन सेफ्टी और वैश्विक नौ परिवहन समुदाय को ई-नेविगेशन सुविधाएं प्रदान करना है।
Some time ago, you had seen the third stage having completed its operation. being jettisoned from the ongoing launch vehicle at 587 seconds into the flight. Presently, PS4 is coasting. We are 12.5 minutes past the launch time. Apart from TeLEOS-2, the co-passenger satellite LUMILIGHT-4 is also from Singapore. It is co-developed by the Institute for Infocom Research, I2R, of A-Star and Satellite Technology and Research Center of National University of Singapore. LUMILIGHT-4 is an advanced I2U satellite developed for the technological demonstration of the high-performance spaceborne VHF data exchange system, VDES. Using the VDES communication payload developed by I2R and STAR's scalable satellite bus platform, it aims to augment Singapore's e-navigation, maritime safety and benefit the global shipping community.
Vehicle performance normal.
यान के सभी तंत्र पूरी तरह सामान्य और यान अपेक्षित पथ का अनुकरण करता हुआ जा रहा है। इस क्रम पे अगली घटना PS4 यानी चतुर्थ चरण PSLV का प्रज्वलन है। वर्तमान में पुणे स्थित ग्राउंड स्टेशन की मदद से हमें PSLV-C55 के आंकड़े उपलब्ध हो रहे हैं।
Plus 14 minutes.
इस मिशन में PSLV ऑर्बिटल एक्सपेरिमेंट मॉड्यूल के रूप में चतुर्थ चरण का इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है। चतुर्थ चरण के नोदक के पूर्ण व्यय हो जाने के पश्चात इसे कक्षीय प्रयोगों में इस्तेमाल किया जाएगा। यह तीसरी बार होगा जब PSLV के चतुर्थ चरण का प्रयोग एक प्रयोगात्मक प्लेटफॉर्म के रूप में उपयोग किया जा रहा है। सभी उपग्रहों के पृथक होने के पश्चात इन कक्षीय नितभारों को पावर ऑन किया जाएगा। इसके लिए इसमें सोलर पैनल्स लगे हुए हैं जिसे PS4 के स्थिरीकरण की पुष्टि हो जाने के पश्चात विस्तृत किया जाएगा। इन सोलर पैनल्स को भी ऐसी दिशा में विस्तृत किया जाएगा जिससे सोलर पैनल्स का अधिकतम विद्युत उत्पादन किया जा सके। POEM-2 में इस बार कक्षीय प्रयोग के लिए नितभार इस प्रकार हैं। पायलट, PSLV एंड ऑर्बिटल OBC एंड थर्मल, IIST द्वारा निर्मित। RS-2 एडवांस्ड रिटार्डिंग पोटेंशियल एनालाइजर फॉर आयनिक स्टडीज, फिर से IIST द्वारा। आर्का 200 इलेक्ट्रिक प्रोपल्शन सिस्टम, बेलाट्रिक्स द्वारा निर्मित। इसके अलावा DSOD 3U, DSOD 6U और DSOL ट्रांसरिसीवर्स ध्रुव स्पेस द्वारा निर्मित है। इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स द्वारा स्ट्रासबेरी सेंस पेलोड भी इसमें सफर कर रहा है। अब कुछ ही क्षणों में PS4 चतुर्थ चरण का प्रज्वलन अपेक्षित है।
A noteworthy aspect of today's mission is to use the fourth stage as stabilized orbital platform to carry out a number of experiments in
Fourth
individual
stage engine
modules.
started.
The fourth stage has just now commenced its operation and developing nominal thrust.
Minus 17 minutes.
जी हाँ, इसकी पुष्टि हो चुकी है। चतुर्थ चरण का प्रज्वलन सामान्य और वर्तमान में 14.6 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर यह उद्देश्य कक्षा की ओर उपग्रहों को ले जा रहा है। यह तरल नोदक पर आधारित चरण है जिसमें MMH और MON को ईंधन के रूप में उपयोग किया जाता है।
This is a pressure fed
Fourth stage
twin
performance
engine
normal.
which is fed by monomethyl hydrazine and mixed oxides of nitrogen, which power the fourth stage of PSLV. Each of these engines develop 7.4 kilonewtons thrust. Nominal burn duration of PS4 for this mission is 131.6 seconds.
Plus 18 minutes.
Speaking about its stabilized orbital platform, it carries 7 payloads and an expected operational span of 1 month. 5 of these are through in-space. One is Pilot, a payload developed by S-Space IAST aimed at validation of in-house developed systems in flight. Another payload called Ares-2, also developed by IAST. It has retarding potential analyzer having indigenous sensor module. Its predecessor has flown over PSLV-C55. Next is Starboy-Sense, which is developed by Indian Institute of Astrophysics. This payload is a centroiding star camera to identify stars
Fourth
in its
stage
field of
thrust
view
cutoff.
and estimate coordinates in its look direction. And
Plus
as
19
we
minutes.
describe this, we have a
Satellite
confirmation
injection conditions are achieved.
that the PS4 has completed its operation. Next event is the major event, the injection of the prime satellite in its distant orbit.
जी हाँ, अपना कार्यकाल पूरा करने के पश्चात PS4 को शट ऑफ कर दिया गया है। यान अभी दिशा निर्धारण तथा पूर्ण अभिवृत्ति प्राप्त कर रहा है। उसके पश्चात सर्वप्रथम TeLEOS-2 उपग्रह को अंतक्षेपित किया जाएगा और उसके बाद ल्यूमलाइट 4 उपग्रह को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में अंतक्षेपित किया जाएगा।
TeLEOS-2 satellite separated.
और हर्ष का पल यहाँ पर PSLV-C55 मिशन अपनी पूर्णता की ओर। TeLEOS-2 उपग्रह को सफलतापूर्वक अंतक्षेपित कर दिया गया है।
The primary satellite TeLEOS-2 has been injected into its orbit and you are watching its onboard camera views on your screen. Next up is the co-passenger Lumilite 4 separation event, which is awaited very eagerly now.
Lumilite 4 satellite separated.
अन्य उपग्रह ल्यूमलाइट 4 को भी सफलतापूर्वक अंतक्षेपित कर दिया गया है उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में।
Handing over to mission director.
और इसके साथ ही PSLV-C55 TeLEOS-2 मिशन की सफलता हासिल कर ली गई है।
TeLEOS-2 and Lumilite 4 satellites into the desired orbit. PSLV-C55 TeLEOS-2 mission is fully accomplished.
Many congratulations to ISRO and the customers. The workhorse PSLV has yet again proved its reliability. We take leave from you to continue to be with us for the address by Secretary TOS, Chairman ISRO, Shri S. Somnath.
जी हाँ, इस मिशन की सफलता के बाद हम आपसे आज्ञा लेते हैं। आगे सुनते हैं चेयरमैन इसरो से।
Please come. Congratulations, PSLV and NSIL for this exciting launch. PSLV-C55 TeLEOS-2 mission. The PSLV has placed both the satellites, TeLEOS-2 and Lumelight, in the intended orbit. This was a mission towards east direction, and the inclination is very small, 9.99 degrees, very precise. And the PSLV in its 57th mission has once again demonstrated its high reliability and its suitability for commercial missions of this class. So congratulations once again to NSIL and PSLV team for this exciting mission. In this mission, we had a core alone configuration for the PSLV, which again has many specialities and improvements that we have done to bring down the cost of the rocket as well as its integration time. And this is with the goal to have increased production and launches of PSLV in the times to come, especially when the industry is taking over from us to operate in large numbers. So congratulations to SDSC SHAR for making these improvements, as well as PSLV project for improving those engineering of the PSLV systems. I also want to thank the launch vehicle centers of VSSC, LPSC, IASU, IPRC, SDSC for building these rockets, and also the ISTRAC network for enabling the entire data processing, monitoring, and ensuring the vehicle is in safe trajectory, as you have already seen in the mission display. So we have some more exciting things to happen after this primary satellite injection. The upper stage of the PSLV is now the poem, which is going to write some more poem like what we did last time. This time we have 7 exciting payloads on board PSLV, and these are fixed payloads which will be on top of the upper stage, powered by it, controlled by its own special computer, and commanded based on commands from the ground. And the upper stage will be like almost a satellite which will work if everything goes well for next 1 month or so. We have 3 payloads from Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology. We have an exciting payload of electric propulsion from Bellatrix, and there are 2 payloads of satellite deployment and deploying systems from Dhruva, and Indian Institute of Astrophysics also has 1 payload. So we hope that when the stage goes down and come back, we will have those data of those activities that are happening on the stage. And possibly you may be knowing that there is going to be a deployable solar panel first time on upper stage of a rocket. That is going to be another exciting thing to happen. So we will wait for some more information later, which we will come back and tell you through our social media handles about how this upper stage of the poem is performing very well. And until then, I will request our mission director as well as NSIL CMD to talk to you about the mission. So over to Radhakrishnan, CMD NSIL.
Good afternoon, and hearty congratulations to Team ISRO. I am so excited and happy that it has given such a proud moment for New Space India Limited with a remarkable mission that our Team ISRO has given to our esteemed satellite customer from Singapore. As you are aware, in this particular mission, we had the primary satellite, TeLEOS-2, which is the radar imaging satellite built by ST Engineering and DSTA, which is a governmental agency. And I'm happy to inform here, this is the first time a radar imaging satellite has been made by the Singapore team indigenously. And I would like to take the opportunity to thank on behalf of NSIL and ISRO, the team Singapore, for this wonderful effort that you have taken up. As far as ST Engineering is concerned, it has been one of our extremely esteemed and prestigious customer. And this is the 3rd time, I think, we have given them a dedicated commercial launch for them. I'm sure they don't look for anybody else other than the PSLV, New Space India Limited and ISRO for launching their dedicated satellites on board. And I'm sure that they will full trust on us in offering us much more missions in the future, not only in PSLV but other launch vehicles of ISRO as well. Now, in this mission, we also had one more satellite, Luminite 4. These were the two satellites which are separated from the launch vehicle. Luminite 4, which is a nano satellite technology demonstrated for Singapore once again. And I'm sure that in the future, once these satellites have been placed in such a precise orbit, their in-orbit operations and the demonstration and the services that this particular satellite is going to provide to the nation is going to be extremely important. I think I would like to take this opportunity to even congratulate the payloads that have been flown in this upper stage as an orbiting platform. We, as Chairman mentioned, we had almost 7 satellites and 7 orbiting payloads which have been developed by Indian academia and also the startup industries. I'm sure a technology demonstration platform which PSLV has been providing to them continuously wherever it is possible is going to pave the way for leading to a future satellite that could be developed based on the technology that we are going to demonstrate through this. Once again, let me take this opportunity to compliment the Singapore team, and I wish them all the success in their in-orbit operations and the rendering of the services to their countrymen. Thank you very much.
Over to Biju SR, the Mission Director of PSLV-C55.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to all. It's a moment of extreme happiness to stand here in front of all of you. In fact, I'm representing all of you after this successful accomplishment of a very significant mission for us. It is a totally dedicated commercial mission for us. We have injected TeLEOS-2 and Luminite 4 coming through NCIL in the precise orbit with the utmost precision which other launch vehicles will be giving. Nothing better than this, that's what I can say. I'm extremely grateful to all of you because tremendous work had gone in during the past 3 to 4 months towards the realization and to reach the stage where we are here now. In my opinion, the major accomplishment of this mission, of course, the major accomplishment is the injection of satellites, no doubt about it. But another major accomplishment of this mission is the chance we got, opportunity we got to operationalize in a state-of-the-art integration facility, which is fondly named as PSLV Integration Facility, realized by SDSC under the leadership of Project Director Sri Dr. R. Venkatraman. They have been working tirelessly for the past 3 to 4 years towards this, and today we have a world-class, I would say, engineering marvel for integration, which can speed up the integration process of PSLV. And we have done some significant modifications in our launch vehicle. Of course, no change in the basic design or architecture of the vehicle. Only we have done some trimming of the vehicle so that it can become more production friendly. And we have done this after carrying out extensive testing as well as rigorous exercise of analysis, and after confirming we are not eating up any aerodynamic margins. Now, I was just watching the view graphs during the first stage aerodynamic phase, and absolutely there were no issues. So that change also has been validated, and this becomes production friendly. So with these two things, I think we are entering into a different phase for PSLV, and CMD NCIL can take note of this. We are ready to cater to any of your demands in whatever be the frequency it is going to come. We are well equipped for that, sir. And as the beloved chairman has already hinted here, after injection of the satellites, this mission is not getting terminated. The terminal stage of PSLV, that is PS4, we are not allowing it to wander in the space for the next maybe a couple of days. We have given more power, we have given more strength to the PS4 stage, and so we have integrated certain payloads. I would not say they are payloads. We have integrated a couple of ideas, rather I would say it is a couple of ideas which have been packaged in some form or other from our different startups, NGs, as well as our own students of Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology. And it was, it was really a wonderful sight to see personnel of all these startups, NGs, as well as students wearing their own different uniforms, spotting their own logos, working in unison with the ISRO team at the 41 meters, during a Recumbent Bay integration, integrating their own payloads, and it is something like a very exciting sight where all people were working. Where all people were working together, and we are going to prove this concept also in this mission. thanks to our Dr. Santosh sir of CMSC and his team who is going to give us, in fact, literally we are going to get wings for our dreams. Our chairman has already indicated that we are going to have a deployable solar panel which will be deployed in due course of time. That will give added energy to the system, to added energy to this concept of orbital platform, and definitely we will be able to demonstrate this concept also satisfactorily this time, so that we will be able to satisfy the scientific requirements or to satisfy the requirements from different agencies and the student communities also. All these things are possible only because of the tremendous hard work, dedicated hard work being put in by each and every member of ISRO team. I would like to say that extremely hard work, tremendous hard work has gone into the building up of this vehicle for the past 2 to 3 months here in Shar as well as in different work centers. And I can recall that almost all centers of ISRO, whether it be IPRC or VSSC or LPSC or IASU or any center you name, you take URSC, you take LEOS, you take SAT, all at least one system from each center is integrated in this vehicle, either in the form of orbit platform or in the form of the other vehicle systems. So here we see something like real unity in diversity. PSLV can I think it is a synonym for something like a national integration. Everything, all centers are there, all startups are there, many startups are there, many NGOs are there, even students are there. So this is the concept we will be taking forward. All these things are possible, have been made possible only because of you people, Team ISRO. And also we continuously get guidance as well as we are continuously mentored by our own top management, including our beloved Chairman ISRO, our center directors, our review forums, multiple review forums, and of course our industry partners who ensure that only quality systems get into the launch vehicle. And that is the proof you are getting today. And with all these things, and of course, my own project team, dedicated project team with our Sri M. Delal and as well as our Damodaran as vehicle director and associate vehicle director, along with a couple of deputy project directors, administrative staff, etc. They have been toiling day and night to ensure that this mission takes place today and takes place with a full, complete, successful mission. And all these things, I would like also to say that we are being supported, we are being facilitated by our own family members. Otherwise, you would not be standing here today enjoying the fruits of the success because of the sacrifices they make to facilitate us to work for ISRO and towards ISRO. A big thanks to all of you. Once again, I wish our satellite team, TeLEOS-2 as well as our Lumilite for an exciting time in space, and also all our payload teams to get whatever they have been waiting for from orbit. Once again, thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much for the Dr. Radhakrishnan and Biju for those comments. We have got confirmation from satellite TeLEOS-2 that it is receiving signals. So we bless all the very best for the satellite team to have its further operations for its full utilization. And we also wait for the signals of our orbital payload POEM. The detail of that will come by around 4 o'clock. And until then, let us say goodbye to the control center here, the PSLV Launch Control Center at Satish Dhawan Space Center. We will be soon joining with you to have another exciting launch of our GSLV, PSLV and LV-M3 soon. A lot of activity going on in SDSC Shar towards 3 major missions which are going to happen in the next few months. So until then we announce those missions. It is goodbye from me, from Satish Dhawan Space Center and all of us here. So all the very best for success, and we need the support of each one of you to take this activity along. And also want to thank specifically the customers, the NSIL, InSpace, who mentored the startups to come into the POEM payload this time, and also the industries who are helping us to build PSLV. And we look forward for them to take on these missions as well as operations of PSLV from few launches from now on. So until then, thank you so much. All the very best. Goodbye.
बड़े-बड़े लोग रहेंगे, फिर से पूछेंगे, who is this person?
जब शरीर, दिल और दिमाग मुझसे कहते हैं बस भाई, नो मोर, तो मैं कहता हूं ब्रिंग इट ऑन, ब्रिंग इट ऑन।
बेबी रेडी रहो, कर्टेन्स के लिए स्टेशन के पास एक दुकान है, फिर वॉलपेपर्स के लिए चौक जाना होगा, फिर कारपेट्स एंड ब्लाइंड्स के लिए हैदराबाद का चक्कर काटना है।
क्या अपने नए घर को सजाने के चक्कर में आपको चक्कर आ रहा है? आ गया है डोर स्टेप सर्विस बाय दर्पण फर्निशिंग्स। वर्ल्ड क्लास कर्टन्स, वॉलपेपर्स, सोफा फैब्रिक्स, ब्लाइंड्स, अब सब आपके डोर स्टेप में। घर बैठे सिलेक्शन करो और 15 डेज में पाओ ब्यूटीफुल होम मेकओवर। बुक होम विजिट नाउ। कॉल करें 9642353535।
दर्पण फर्निशिंग्स, Hyderabad's leading furnishing store.
इससे पहले 23 अक्टूबर को 2022 को LVM-3 M2 OneWeb इंडिया 1 के सफल मिशन के साथ हमने OneWeb के 36 उपग्रहों को पूर्ण परिशुद्धता से उनके निर्दिष्ट कक्षा में स्थापित किया था और आज हम पुनः LVM-3 के द्वितीय वाणिज्यिक प्रमोचन मिशन के लिए तैयार हैं। कुछ अंतिम गतिविधियों के पश्चात लॉन्च व्हीकल Mark 3 यानी LVM-3 का प्रमोचन द्वितीय प्रमोचन मंच से किया जाएगा।
Namaskar and good morning viewers. Welcome to the live telecast of LVM-3 M3 OneWeb India 2 mission. I am MAITHRI, bringing to you the commentary in English along with my co-commentator Mr. Vikas Swarnkar, who will be giving the commentary in Hindi. We bring to you the details of launch mission from the Mission Control Center at Satish Dhawan Space Center, Shar, Sriharikota, ISRO, courtesy Doordarshan. Also, you can watch the live telecast on ISRO website, YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. Now we bring to you the integration video. Now this is the visual of the second vehicle assembly building where the twin S200 boosters are being prepared in their respective assembly towers. Firstly, the nozzle assembly with the nozzle end segment will take place, and then the subsequent middle and head end segments will be assembled. When the two S200 motors are fully assembled, they are transferred on to the mobile launch pedestal. Here you can see the head end segment of P plus motor. That's the igniter of S200 getting assembled. Now you can see the assembly of L110 in its respective facility, and it will be moved.
Roger.
And these are the visuals from SVAB, where the L110 stage is being tilted and assembled between the booster stages.
अभी आप अपने स्क्रीन पर देख रहे हैं यह तृतीय तथा अंतिम चरण है LVM-3 का, जिसे हम क्रायो अपर स्टेज के नाम से जानते हैं। यह बहुत ही कॉम्प्लेक्स इंजन होता है, कॉम्प्लेक्स इंजन जो कि क्रायो ईंधन पर आधारित चरण है। यह अभी आप देख रहे हैं EB, जिसे इक्विपमेंट बे कहा जाता है। यह एक तरीके से दिमाग है पूरे लॉन्च व्हीकल का, और यह दृश्य है 36 OneWeb के उपग्रहों का, जिसे ऊष्मा कवच के अंदर परिरक्षित कर दिया गया है। इसे हम एनकैप्सुलेटेड असेंबली कहते हैं, और इसे बड़ी सावधानी पूर्वक व्हीकल असेंबली बिल्डिंग लाया जाएगा। अब तक एकीकृत यान, जिसमें S200, L110 और क्रायो स्टेज एकीकृत कर दिए गए हैं, उसके ऊपर में उपग्रहों को समायोजित कर इसे लॉन्च पैड लाया जा रहा है। विहंगम दृश्य शार का, इसे बड़ी सावधानी पूर्वक लॉन्च पैड लाया गया और आगे के पूरे परीक्षण तथा तरल नोदक का भराव यहां से किया जाएगा।
वरुण, join the line.
वरुण, where's the cold drink? वरुण, ये क्या कर दिया?
So Varun, you like science? Like? I love it.
Live your passion, Geetam.
ప్రపంచం ఇంతవరకు డీకేలోని మృగాన్ని మాత్రమే చూసింది సుందర్. కానీ ఈ మృగంలో కూడా ఒక హృదయం ఉంది. సరే, ఇవాళ బ్రతకడానికి నీకు ఒక అవకాశం ఇస్తున్నాను సుందర్. పరిగెత్తా! సుందర్,
ఎనర్జీ అండ్ టెస్టింగ్.
On your screens now, the magnificent sight of the LVM-3 M3 OneWeb India mission standing at the second launch pad, umbilical tower. The launch of LVM-3 OneWeb India 2 mission is scheduled to take place today, the 26th of March 2023 at 9 hours 20 seconds Indian Standard Time from the second launch pad. This launch is the second commercial mission of LVM-3. Earlier, on 23rd of October 2022, LVM-3 M2 had carried 36 satellites of OneWeb. Today's mission intends to place 36 more satellites of OneWeb in 450 kilometers circular orbit with an inclination of 87.4 degrees. The launch is collaborated through New Space India Limited, a public sector establishment under Department of Space. The countdown for the mission is 24 hours long and the activities are taking place unhindered.
प्रमोशन के लिए वातावरण पूरी तरह सामान्य है, मौसम खुला हुआ है, दर्शकों के लिए भी जो यहाँ आए हुए हैं उन्हें आंखों देखा अनुभव होगा, बहुत ही रोमांचक अनुभव होने वाला है। यह दर्शक दीर्घा यहाँ उपस्थित आंखों देखा अनुभव लेने के लिए बहुत भारी संख्या में यहाँ दर्शक आए हुए हैं। अपने आप में एक बहुत ही रोमांचक पल होता है एक इसरो के सबसे भारी लॉन्च व्हीकल के लिफ्ट ऑफ को देखना।
These are the visuals from the launch view gallery here at Sriharikota. More than 10,000 enthusiastic audience have joined to watch the launch live.
लोगों का उत्साह देखते ही बनता है। अब हम प्रमोशन से 22 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं। इस प्रमोशन की उल्टी गिनती 24 घंटे पहले प्रारंभ हो चुकी है और सारी गतिविधियां पूर्व निर्धारित रूप से तथा सुनियोजित तरीके से पूर्ण की जा रही हैं। अब हम प्रमोशन से 22 मिनट 19 सेकंड की दूरी पर हैं। इस दौरान यान तथा उपग्रहों को पावर ऑन कर उनकी स्वास्थ्य जांच सुनिश्चित की जा रही है। तरल नोदक का भराव कर तथा स्थिति प्राप्त कर भराव शुरू किया जा चुका है। अंतिम आवेशन के पश्चात यान पूर्णतः तैयार होगा अपने मिशन को पूरा करने के लिए। सभी वैज्ञानिक, तंत्र विशेषज्ञ, अभियंता अपने तंत्रों के स्वास्थ्य जांच कर और संतुष्ट होने पर तंत्रों की सूचना अपने तंत्र निदेशक को देंगे।
Several teams of ISRO belonging to the range, launch vehicle and tracking have worked together with the customer team of OneWeb for getting the resources ready for the launch. We are about 21 minutes away from the launch.
Noted.
इसमें और काउंटडाउन के समय कई प्रमुख तंत्रों के स्वास्थ्य जांच हो रही है। इसमें बैटरी का आवेशन, ट्रैकिंग स्टेशन से संचार जांच, मिशन कंप्यूटर, वास्तविक समय तंत्र, एकॉस्टिक सप्रेशन सिस्टम, जायरो पैकेजेस आदि की जांच संतोषजनक तरीके से पूर्ण की जा रही हैं। कुछ अंतिम जांच के पश्चात ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस शुरू किया जाएगा।
ROD Roger.
RSO to ROD. Range safety systems are ready for the launch of LV-M3 M3 OneWeb India 2 mission.
ROD Roger.
CNC to TTC Director. All STEC network stations confirm readiness to support real-time launch of LV-M3 OneWeb India 2 mission.
TTC Director Roger.
You can start flowing. Minus 20 minutes. Request all stations change over to channel 2.
has started data storage.
Even number 453, 454, 461, 466 completed.
The launch vehicle is ready with all its systems being in the final level of readiness. All the propellants have been serviced. Batteries have been charged.
Please change over to channel 2. This is Vehicle Director. Based on the vehicle system performance, vehicle is ready for the launch of LV-M3 M3 OneWeb India 2 mission.
Mission Director Roger. Satellite Director calling Mission Director. All satellite systems are ready for launch. Mission Director Roger. ROD to Mission Director. Range is ready for LV-M3 M3 OneWeb India 2 launch.
Minus 19 minutes.
Mission Director Roger.
TTC Director to Mission Director. TTC Director confirms readiness of all participating TTC stations and networks for supporting LV-M3 M3 OneWeb India 2 mission.
Mission Director Roger. Mission Director hereby authorized the launch of LV-M3 M3 OneWeb India 2 mission based on the clearances of MRR and Launch Authorization Board, based on the confirmation of readiness of vehicle systems, spacecraft, range and TTC network systems by respective mission executives and prevailing favorable weather conditions. Mission Director hereby authorized for the launch operation sequence of LV-M3 M3 OneWeb India 2 mission for the launch today, that is 26th March 2023 at 9 hours 20 seconds Indian Standard Time.
It's a do-or-die situation for India.
ప్రతి ఇండియన్ టీం సంతోషంలోనూ పాల్గొని చూడండి. క్యాడ్బరీ డైరీ మిల్క్. మంచిని ఆశిద్దాం, తీయని వేడుక చేసుకుందాం.
All stations to note, Mission Director has given authorization for launch.
The Launch Authorization Board had reviewed the readiness of all the technical systems and amenability of whether to give the go-ahead for the commencement of countdown. You have just watched on your TV screens
Pre-launch operations on C25 stage.
Shri S. Mohana Kumar, Mission Director LV-M3 M3, giving clearance for the initiation of launch automatic launch sequence, based on which the initiation has been commenced.
अभी अभी आपने देखा कि इस ट्रैक निदेशक, उपग्रह निदेशक, यान निदेशक तथा रेंज निदेशक, टेलीमेट्रिक ट्रैकिंग एंड कमांड निदेशक ने अपने तंत्रों की स्वास्थ्य जांच की जानकारी मिशन निदेशक को दे दी है। और उसके बाद मिशन निदेशक ने लॉन्च की अनुमति प्रदान की। तत्पश्चात यान निदेशक ने ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस शुरू कर दिया है। इसके बाद यान स्वचालित हो जाता है और पूरा नियंत्रण ऑन बोर्ड कंप्यूटर के पास चला जाता है।
Timed concert of critical activities have been carried out in the past 24 hours of countdown. 14.5 minutes ahead of the launch, automatic launch sequence is initiated,
on it, SHAR 1 and 2 station.
which is a capsule of the most essential confirmations regarding the launch vehicle and the spacecraft systems.
Minus 16 minutes.
This is vehicle director. Vehicle director authorizes ALSC to proceed with the automatic launch sequence for the launch of LV-M3 M3 OneWeb India 2 mission. ALSC Roger.
SDS servers activated. MC confirmed reception of SHAR 1 and SHAR 2 data.
अब ऑन बोर्ड कंप्यूटर ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस के अंतर्गत है। इस दौरान वह आंतरिक जांच कर खुद ही स्वास्थ्य जांच करेगा प्रमोचन यान की तथा सब कुछ संतोषजनक होने पर प्रज्वलन का कमांड देगा। सतीश धवन अंतरिक्ष केंद्र पर पूरी व्यवस्था बनाई गई है विजिटर्स गैलरी के लिए, जहां पर ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन के बाद यहां दर्शक आकर आंखों देखा अनुभव ले सकते हैं। अब हम प्रमोचन से 14 मिनट 47 सेकंड की दूरी पर हैं।
70 bar 5 bar to cryom linkages given.
We are 14 minutes away from the launch.
इस मिशन का मुख्य उद्देश्य है OneWeb द्वारा निर्मित 36 उपग्रहों को 450 किलोमीटर की निम्न भू वृत्ताकार कक्षा में 87.4 डिग्री के झुकाव के साथ स्थापित करना। अब तक OneWeb के कुल 588 उपग्रह उनकी निर्धारित कक्षा में स्थापित किए जा चुके हैं। इस मिशन के पश्चात अंतिम 36 उपग्रहों के साथ OneWeb के उपग्रहों का प्रथम पीढ़ी के नक्षत्र पूर्णतः सक्षम होंगे पृथ्वी के दूरस्थ इलाकों में इंटरनेट सेवाएं प्रदान करने के लिए। अब दर्शकों के लिए प्रस्तुत है एक कर्टेन रेजर वीडियो।
ఇంకా ఆర్డర్స్ లేట్ నైట్ అయిపోతుంది, నువ్వు కిచెన్ చూసుకో, డెలివరీస్ నేను చేస్తా. పీరియడ్స్ లోనా? పీరియడ్స్ సంగతి మర్చిపోయా. ఎందుకంటే స్టే ఫ్రీ సెక్యూర్ ఎక్సెల్ లోని లీక్ లాక్ టెక్నాలజీ 12 గంటల వరకు ప్రొటెక్షన్ ఇస్తుంది. స్టే ఫ్రీ సెక్యూర్ ఎక్సెల్ రోజంతా మిమ్మల్ని అనుసరిస్తుంది.
LV-M3 M3 is ISRO's heaviest launcher, standing high at the SDS-C SHAR. It is all set to launch the second batch of 36 commercial satellites of OneWeb. The first batch of 36 satellites was launched in October 2022 by LV-M3 M2 launch vehicle. The OneWeb Gen 1 is a 150 kilogram satellite, and the constellation comprises of 648 individual satellites, 588 active satellites equally divided among 12 planes, operate at an altitude of about 1,200 kilometers.
Minus 12 minutes.
The vehicle will place the satellites in a low Earth orbit. With this launch, OneWeb will complete the first generation of OneWeb constellation and shall initiate the global coverage in 2023. It will bring high speed, low latency secured solutions to enterprises, along with towns, villages, municipalities and schools, including the hardest to reach areas across the country. OneWeb has collaborated with New Space India Limited, NSIL, the commercial arm of Indian Space Research Organization, for this launch. NSIL has arranged with OneWeb to launch 72 satellites in 2 phases. LVM-3 has established itself as a reliable and robust launch vehicle of ISRO. This is for the second time that LVM-3 will launch multiple satellites into low Earth orbit. It has the heaviest payload mass till date. With this launch, the LVM-3 shall substantiate its position in the international commercial launch services market and reach newer heights.
We are about 10.5 minutes away from the launch, and as we await the launch of LVM-3 M3 OneWeb India 2 mission, let me briefly explain the mission's flight events. The gigantic twin S-200 strap-on boosters will simultaneously fire at T0 or the exact time of liftoff, providing the thrust for liftoff, and they continue till 138 seconds. The core L-110 liquid stage, powered by hypergolic liquid propellant, ignites 111 seconds into the flight when the rocket is at an altitude of 43 kilometers and having acquired a relative velocity of 1.2 kilometers per second. The S-200 strap-on boosters are jettisoned 138 seconds into the flight. The next 2 flight events happen at quick succession when the rocket would have negotiated the dense atmosphere. They are the separation of payload fairing, as the aerodynamic shape of the rocket is no longer important, and the other event is the initiation of closed loop guidance. The L-110 core stage that would have provided thrust to negotiate the trajectory for close to 200 seconds completes its burn and separates at 308 seconds into the flight, while the rocket would have acquired 244 kilometers altitude. The cryogenic upper stage C55 is ignited 2 seconds later and burns for 632 seconds, adding 204 kilometers to the altitude and a remarkable 4.3 kilometers per second to the relative velocity. After the cryo stage is shut off at 942 seconds into the flight, there is no significant change in the altitude, but the 36 passenger satellites of OneWeb India 2 and 9 batches of 4 numbers each, while the cryo stage reorients and adds velocity for subsequent batches of satellites. There is going to be a gap of 30 and 800 seconds alternately for each batch of OneWeb satellite separation. The separation mechanism for the satellites is part of the satellite dispenser.
अब हम प्रमोशन से 7 मिनट 46 सेकंड की दूरी पर इस प्रमोशन का घटनाक्रम कुछ इस प्रकार होगा। जैसा कि हम पहले बता चुके हैं, यह यान त्रिचरणीय यान है। इन चरणों को क्रमानुसार प्रज्वलित कर यथा समय पृथक कर निश्चित कक्षा प्राप्त की जाएगी। इस मिशन का पूरा कार्यकाल 75 मिनट का होगा। यह सबसे ज्यादा समय वाला प्रमोशन मिशन है। सर्वप्रथम T0 पर S-200 बूस्टर्स, दोनों S-200 बूस्टर को प्रज्वलित किया जाएगा। इनका प्रज्वलन काल 120 सेकंड का होगा। तत्पश्चात L-110 चरण का प्रज्वलन किया जाएगा T+111 सेकंड्स पर। इसके लगभग 10 सेकंड के पश्चात L-110 और दोनों S-200 बूस्टर प्रज्वलित रहेंगे। तत्पश्चात S-200 बूस्टर्स को यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा।
చెన్నై షాపింగ్ మాల్ ఛాలెంజ్ తక్కువ అనే వారి కన్నా మరింత తక్కువ విఏ ఛార్జీలకే ఈ అక్షయ తృతీయకు అధునాతన డిజైన్లను ఛాలెంజింగ్ విఏ ఛార్జీలతో మీకందిస్తోంది మన చెన్నై షాపింగ్ మాల్. కేవలం 1.45% నుండి మొదలయ్యే అతి తక్కువ విఏ ఛార్జీలతో ఎక్కువ బంగారం పొందండి.
अभियान लगभग प्रमोशन से 187 सेकंड पर आकर जब 115 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई प्राप्त कर चुका होगा तब वह घने वातावरण से बाहर जा चुका होगा और तब पेलोड फेयरिंग को यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा. इसके बाद T+308 सेकंड्स पर L110 चरण को, जो कि दूसरा चरण है यान का, उसे यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा.
-6 मिनट्स.
L110 के पृथक होने के तुरंत बाद C25 यानी क्रायो अपर स्टेज का प्रज्वलन होगा और यह T+942 सेकेंड्स यानी करीब 640 सेकेंड तक जलकर शांत हो जाएगा. इस दौरान यान अपने प्रथम अंतःक्षेपण की स्थितियां प्राप्त कर चुका होगा. इस यान में 36 उपग्रह अपनी कक्षा के लिए सफर कर रहे हैं और उन्हें क्रमबद्ध तरीके से 9 बार में उनकी निर्दिष्ट कक्षा में स्थापित किया जाएगा. इस दौरान क्रायो स्टेज को पुनः दिशा तथा अभिवृत्ति में बदलाव कर निर्धारित कक्षाओं में उपग्रहों को प्रमोचित किया जाएगा. चूंकि प्रमोशन मिशन बहुत लंबा है, इस दौरान यान हमारे ट्रैकिंग रेंज से बाहर चला जाएगा, लेकिन कुछ समय बाद वह पृथ्वी के चक्कर लगाकर हमारे ट्रैकिंग रेंज पर पुनः उपस्थित होगा और तब हम सभी उपग्रहों के अंतःक्षेपण की पुष्टि करेंगे. अब हम प्रमोशन से 4 मिनट 35 सेकंड की दूरी पर हैं. पूरे तंत्र सामान्य स्वास्थ्य जांच में सामान्य है.
The sheer size and the enormous thrust to be generated at the lift-off necessitates some special systems for the GSLV launch pad when it takes off. One such system being acoustic suppression system.
-4 minutes.
At the time of liftoff, the twin S-200 boosters generate enormous acoustic and then which have a potential to damage the electronics in launch vehicle. As a part of acoustic suppression system, huge quantities of water is injected onto the launch pedestal to provide denser medium of water droplets to attenuate the liftoff acoustics.
Onboard computer in flight mode.
-3 minutes.
इस प्रमोशन मिशन के पश्चात 36 उपग्रहों के साथ वनवेब के उपग्रहों के प्रथम नक्षत्र पूर्णतः तैयार हो जाएगा और पृथ्वी के दूरस्थ इलाकों पर इंटरनेट सेवाएं प्रदान करने में सक्षम होगा. इस प्रमोशन में भी पहले की तरह 9 चरण हैं, जिसमें 36 उपग्रहों को उनकी कक्षा में स्थापित किया जाना है. एक चरण में 4 उपग्रह प्रमोचित किए जाएंगे. क्रमशः 8 चरणों में तथा 75 मिनट में यह पूरा मिशन पूरा किया जाएगा. इसमें उपग्रहों का कुल भार 5804 kg है. हर एक उपग्रह करीब 150 kg का भार है. अब हम प्रमोशन से 2 मिनट की दूरी पर।
Visuals
Minus
from the
2
launch
minutes.
complex, the launch pad on your screens now.
कुछ अंतिम गतिविधियां जारी हैं, जिसके पश्चात 1 मिनट 24 सेकंड पर दोनों S200 सॉलिड बूस्टर्स को प्रज्वलित किया जाएगा। यह LVM की 6वीं उड़ान होगी। इससे पहले 5 उड़ानें सफलतापूर्ण पूरी की गई हैं।
Minus 1 minute.
Excitement and seriousness simultaneously building up.
Seconds.
All stops on.
Minus 50 seconds.
Rest is ready. Model ready.
All sequencers are on.
Minus 45 seconds. Minus 40 seconds.
L110 VHPP open.
Minus
And
30
30 seconds to go.
Real-time programs activated.
Minus 25 seconds.
L110 VSPP open.
Minus 20 seconds. Minus 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Can a natural snack keep your hair care on track? Ayurveda says almonds naturally help promote hair growth. So grab a handful of almonds today, every day. Tomorrow begins today.
Big C's big commitment. వేగం మాటలోనే కాదు చేతల్లో కూడా ఉండాలి. Just click and get free home delivery in 90 minutes. Think big, think Big C.
Plus 5 seconds.
Lift off normal.
Here we have a majestic liftoff, 640 tons of powerhouse searing through the sky. Magnificent sight indeed.
जी हाँ, सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन LVM-3M3 प्रमोचन यान का आकाश में गर्जना करता हुआ यह सबसे भारी रॉकेट है इसरो का।
First stage performance normal.
Here from the mission control center we can feel the vibrations of the launch.
दोनों S200 बूस्टर्स सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए और यान अपनी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर।
Generating a peak thrust of 5,952 kilonewtons in vacuum with the S200 motors thrusting currently.
S200 मोटर जो कि ठोस नोदक पर आधारित चरण है, इसका एक मोटर का प्रणोदक करीब 200 टन का होता है। इस दौरान यह कुल 12,000 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर इस यान को लिफ्ट ऑफ प्रदान करता है और यह करीब 136 सेकंड्स तक चलकर यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा।
The trajectory during the atmospheric regime is to have least angle of attack with respect to wind so that the launch vehicle structures experience lesser loads. The S200s are 26 meters long and 3.2 meters in diameter, carrying 202.6 tons of propellant.
अब कोर चरण L110 चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है।
The core L110 and the two S200 boosters all thrusting currently.
अब कुछ ही सेकंड्स में हम देखेंगे S200 का पृथक्करण।
200 stages are separated.
जी हाँ, S200 बूस्टर्स को सेपरेट कर दिया गया है तथा L110 या चरण प्रज्वलित है और यान को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर ले जा रहा है।
On your TV screens, the visuals from the onboard camera showing the separation event of the S200 boosters. The L110 core stage alone currently thrusting.
S200 बूस्टर्स को जेटिसनिंग मोटर का प्रयोग कर बड़ी सावधानी से यान से अलग कर दिया जाता है। L110 जो कि तरल नोदक पर आधारित चरण है, वर्तमान में प्रज्वलित है।
Payload fairing separated. Slope guidance initiated.
Shar, Bangalore and Trivandrum ground stations are currently tracking and the two major flight events have been completed. The separation of payload fairing and the initiation of closed loop guidance.
यान की ऊंचाई 142 किलोमीटर। अब यह वातावरण से बाहर जा चुका है, इसलिए ऊष्मा कवच को पृथक कर दिया गया है। यान पूरी तरह सामान्य निष्पादन करता हुआ अब यान क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत है, यानी सेंसर्स की मदद से वह स्वयं का दिशा निर्धारण कर रहा है।
Current altitude 163 kilometers.
Plus 4 minutes.
The L110 stage is powered by twin Vikas engines. The total burn time is close to 200 seconds.
यान पूर्णतः अपेक्षित पथ को अनुकरण करता हुआ जा रहा है।
TeLEOS stage is authorized.
कुछ ही सेकंड्स में हम देखेंगे L110 चरण का प्रज्वलन समाप्त हो जाएगा और तत्पश्चात L110 को यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा।
L110 stage thrust cut off and separated. C25 ignition commanded. C25 ignition confirmed.
Several pieces of good news for the flight events. L110 has completed its operation nominally and separated from the ongoing launch vehicle. The C25 cryogenic engine has started its operation.
L110 चरण को सफलतापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया गया है और अंतिम चरण जो कि C25 क्रायोजेनिक इंजन है उसका सफलतापूर्वक प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है और वर्तमान में वह प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर यान को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर ले जा रहा है।
Plus 6 minutes.
इसका प्रज्वलन काल करीब 640 सेकंड का होगा। तत्पश्चात कक्षा की स्थितियां प्राप्त कर ली जाएंगी और अंतःक्षेपण किया जाएगा।
28.55 tons of propellant loading of liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen.
तृतीय तथा अंतिम चरण LVM-3 का क्रायोजेनिक ईंधन LH2 तथा लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन पर आधारित है। यह चरण बहुत ही जटिल C20 इंजन से बना होता है। इसमें लगभग 25 टन का क्रायोजेनिक ईंधन होता है। इस चरण का प्रज्वलन L110 चरण के बंद होने के तुरंत बाद किया गया है। यह चरण कुल 200 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर यान को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर ले जा रहा है।
The advantage of having cryo stage as upper stage is the high specific impulse of the propellant combination.
Cryo stage performance normal.
బేబీ రెడీగా ఉండు. కర్టెన్స్ కోసం స్టేషన్ దగ్గర షాప్, వాల్ పేపర్స్ కోసం వేరే చోటికి, కార్పెట్స్ ఇంకా బ్లైండ్స్ కోసం హైదరాబాద్ మొత్తం తిరగాలి.
మీ కొత్త ఇంటిని అలంకరించడానికి ఊరంతా తిరిగి తిరిగి మీ కళ్ళు తిరుగుతున్నాయా? మీ వద్దకు వచ్చింది దర్పణ్ ఫర్నిషింగ్స్ వారి డోర్ స్టెప్ సర్వీస్. వరల్డ్ క్లాస్ కర్టెన్స్, వాల్ పేపర్స్, సోఫా ఫ్యాబ్రిక్స్, బ్లైండ్స్, ఇప్పుడు అన్ని మీ ఇంటి గుమ్మం వరకు. ఇప్పుడు ఇంట్లో కూర్చుని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోండి. 15 రోజుల్లో మీ ఇంటికి అందమైన మేక్ ఓవర్ పొందండి. వెంటనే సంప్రదించండి దర్పణ్ ఫర్నిషింగ్స్ ని అండ్ హోమ్ విజిట్ బుక్ చేసుకోండి. కాల్ 9642353535.
దర్పణ్ ఫర్నిషింగ్స్, హైదరాబాద్స్ లీడింగ్ ఫర్నిషింగ్ స్టోర్.
Having high specific impulse roughly means a lesser quantity of fuel being able to impart higher delta V or the velocity addition to the ongoing stage.
Plus 8 minutes.
हर एक चरण के तंत्र विशेषज्ञ पूरी तरह रोमांचित रहते हैं जब उनका तंत्र पूर्ण निष्पादन कर यान को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर ले जाता है। जैसा कि हम देख रहे हैं, यान अपेक्षित पथ का अनुकरण करता हुआ जा रहा है।
Shah, Trivandrum and Bengaluru ground stations tracking in the meantime. The tracking of the LVM-3 OneWeb India 2 mission is carried out through a network of ground stations of ISRO Telemetry Tracking and Command Network, ISTRAC, along the flight path. The trajectory and separation events are ascertained through the ground stations. For this mission, Sriharikota, Bengaluru, Trivandrum, Antarctica, Savalbird and Lucknow ground stations are participating.
Plus 9 minutes.
To cater to the visibility between the Trivandrum and Antarctica ground station limits, a shipborne terminal is deployed to importantly view the cryostage operational regime and the separation of first and second batch of
performance
satellites.
normal.
For this particular mission, for about 43 minutes after the injection of the fourth batch of satellites, the rocket goes out of the coverage of ground tracking stations. In the meantime, the data of the inertial navigation system is stored on board, and when the next ground station, Savalbird, is starting to acquire the data, the confirmation of separation events and exact time and injection parameters of the separation events are telemetered.
OneWeb समूह का यह न्यू स्पेस इंडिया लिमिटेड के साथ वाणिज्यिक समझौते के अंतर्गत यह दूसरा प्रमोशन मिशन है। इस समझौते के तहत 72 उपग्रहों को निम्न भू कक्षा में स्थापित किया जाना है, जिसमें से 36 उपग्रह LVM-3 M2 OneWeb इंडिया 1 मिशन के साथ उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में स्थापित किए जा चुके हैं और आज OneWeb इंडिया 2 मिशन में अगले 36 उपग्रहों को प्रमोचित किया जा रहा है। यह OneWeb कंपनी के लिए 18वां प्रमोशन है। इससे पहले कुल 588 उपग्रह अन्य प्रमोशन यान से पहले ही भेजे जा चुके हैं। इस मिशन की सफलता के पश्चात OneWeb कंपनी प्रथम निम्न भू कक्षा वाले उपग्रहों के नक्षत्र का निर्माण पूरा हो जाएगा और इसके साथ ही OneWeb उच्च गति कम विलंब वाली वैश्विक संचार सेवाएं प्रदान करने में सक्षम होगा। इसमें विश्व स्तर पर समुदाय, उद्यम, सरकारों को जोड़ने का यह सर्वप्रथम प्रदर्शन कर पाएंगे। न सिर्फ उद्यम बल्कि छोटे कस्बे, गांव, म्यूनिसिपैलिटी तथा स्कूल जैसी सुविधाएं जो कि दुर्गम से दुर्गम स्थानों पर हैं, उन्हें जोड़ा जा सकेगा। यह मिशन न सिर्फ OneWeb के लिए बल्कि भारत के लिए भी एक महत्वपूर्ण मील का पत्थर साबित होगा।
As we were mentioning earlier, the present mission is